Yeah, sorry about that. What the hell? Why is it that companies are coming up with such bad overhauls? First YouTube with their studio and now Twitch. Like, granted, Twitch's dashboard is actually really good, the new one. But I really don't like the new layout. I've had problems like finding other things just like when I'm regularly watching people, let alone myself. There you go. Thank you. Alright. Enough complaining about layouts. Austria have gotten over this again. Hopefully it sticks this time. Or not, if we want a weak Austria. Aha! Technology. We are still a year ahead of time, so we shall wait. Canamar adopts Castellan culture, and Canamar has become self-sustaining. Excellent, so Canamar will now go and join Hispaniola, and we can send a settler here instead. And then we'll need to go and pick up Canamar's soldier. Let me guess, you sailed down here. You did. So you can go to Guane, while that tries to build up. Provence declared war on Austria. Is Austria just having a really bad time? Oh, of course, Austria's not the emperor. I keep forgetting this is not a good Austria. This is a very poor Austria. Guane have adopted Castilian. That's good. Guadeloupe attacked us, but we have got troops there. And you have arrived. Congratulations. Go to Antigua. Cardinal Minister. One of our cardinals in Castile has proven himself a skilled administrator. The extra papal influence would be nice. You know what? This time we'll take him. We'll do it. Strasbourg's having religious problems. Renewing loans. We're working on it. We're working on it. Portugal tells us the felt hat's price of furs goes up by 35%. Beaver fur is an excellent material for hat making. It keeps warmth and can hold its shape well even in rough weather and over long times. Rising demand has for felt hats, along with the complicated process involved in making them, has led to the growth of a healthy hat making sector in the economy. Can I reach South Africa? Probably. Yes. I probably should. Now that both Brittany and Benin are there, Brittany and England are there. Death of a merchant. Ooh. One of the greatest and richest men in Castile, Garcia Colon, has died without an heir. A well-respected trader has built his fortune from the draperies trade. He was a well-known patron of the religion and the arts. Now in death, he has bequeathed all of his wealth to the state. Oh, it's only a yearly prestige guy, and we have massive amount of prestige. He is a tier 3, and he is half price. But I don't know that we would yeah, we could. We already have 75% off. Use them as he would have. We'll bring him in. 4.6 ducats a month. But that's an admin guy, and that's even more admin power. It'll pay us back in the long run. Oh, innovativeness is going down. That's because we are now ahead of time. So let's make sure we get ahead of time in admin. And we're going to try and get us in Diplo and military as well. Because we're now losing the 20% trade efficiency for not being ahead of time, which kind of sucks. Tariffs on sugar. The sugar production in one of the colonies has come into focus. It seems that this generates quite a lot of money. We are going to tax it because it's actually a really good rate of return to tax it. We will be increasing the tariffs a little bit, which will be making us more money. It will also increase Liberty Desire, and if that goes over 20%, then they start getting events to raise it even further. I think it's 20%. Don't quote me on that, though. We could go ahead of time in military, and I'm going to do it. I'm not expecting any wars in the immediate future, so not being ahead of time in military is going to be a thing. We'll get the cavalry combat ability, which I don't really care about. We'll get the innovativeness, which I do, but most importantly, we'll get the +1 colonist. Because we just finished our third idea towards the national idea. On the 4th of May, 1493, His Holiness granted us a papal bull granting us all the lands west and south of the line 100 leagues west of the island of the Azores. We'll naturally enforce His Holiness's will. Oh, this also allows us to fabricate claims on any colonial region belonging to another nation who are also overseas from the province or their colonial nations. Which is actually said there, it's just kind of blends in with the main description. Interesting. So that would allow us to go straight for Mexico without any adjacency. Persuade Portugal to give the colony to us. Portugal is allied. Although, speaking of persuasion, we should persuade France to make an alliance with us again. And in fact, do we not have another... No, we don't. Do we have a marriage with you? Yes. Good. Okay, so we're now allied with France, Portugal, Naples and Venice again. And this is a ridiculously strong Venice. Here's the Conquistador still exploring. He should be. Yeah. No, he stopped. Well spotted, because Mr. Husky is still here. Huh. Oh, that was... Did he lose a battle? I think he stops if he loses a battle. Hey, Medi. Do I have to designate the Portuguese Caribbean colony as a central interest to my colony to fabricate on it so you can do a colonial war? I don't think so, but I don't think you can do colonial wars against allies. Against neutral powers you can, but against allies you can't. Go to Hispaniola. Start war on colony. We could tell you to attack Chorty. Who is Chorty? Oh, here. That's in a different colonial region, though. Huh. Like colonial Brazil, I would have expected to send you after these guys. Ah, we have another colonist, which we are going to send to St. Kitts. So we did get all of the islands, despite the fact I was a little bit slow in getting there. Then that's also going to mean that I need to raise another set of soldiers. I think I'm just going to go for the 2. In fact, I'm going to raise just 1. Can I raise him over here? Yes, I can. I'm going to raise just 1 soldier, and we're going to mix him in with you. So all of these are just going to be 2,000 men. The peasantry has for some time demanded economic, religious and political amendments. Their dissatisfaction has grown to such an extent that Brandenburg's having problems again. Does the effect that I just got give the extra colonists let Hispaniola attack the Mexican nation? Possibly. Oh, you do have to go by sea. Huh. The Taino people request Catholic conversion. Absolutely. And Guane is now complete, so we can start building another colony. In fact, our colony is going absolutely ham. This is going to be a really big colonial nation when we're done with it all. So you can move here. And we can recall you to then start here. Whoops. I really need to get South Africa so I can grab the Cape. Is it worth getting another? Yeah, it's definitely worth. Alright, so we're going to split off 3 of you, because our transports are only 3 ships, right? Yes. So we'll move you down to Sevilla. We'll tell you to recruit another 3 to replace those that I've just sent away. And we're going to grab you and send you here. And we're going to go another colony over. I know we're still in debt. This is probably not the greatest idea I've ever had. We could wait until Guadeloupe is done. We should probably wait until Guadeloupe is done. I'm also going to go to full maintenance so you lot can start drilling. We can just merge this in with the regular army after. That's fine. New Testament translated into Spanish. With its strongly Catholic history and identity, the Kingdom of Spain has not seen widespread interest in Protestant Reformation. There are, however, rumours of small groups of intellectuals secretly meeting to discuss these matters in the larger cities. It is therefore with some concern that news reached our most Catholic Majesty that the New Testament has been translated into Spanish by our countryman Francisco de Encinas. While the printing presses in Spain itself are tightly controlled by the state, it seems the printers of the Low Countries feel no obligation to protect the tender minds of our subjects. The Holy Inquisition has asked us to make an example of any Protestants they can find in the country to track down those who would bring the book into Spain, as well as the crypto-Lutherians inside our borders. Best to nip this in the bud. We get the intensified suppression of Protestantism, but we can tolerate a few Protestants as long as they stay in line. Absolutely not. Those damned Low Countryans. Nothing good ever came from the Low Countries, clearly. With a diet consisting of mostly cured and salted meat and dried grains, we are going to... we are ahead in admin, so we'll spend the admin. Ship's just arrived. We're going to send you down to the Cape. And we are going to start a new colony here in the Cape. Is there a colonist still on the way? Yes. We're going to start one here. What? Oh, that's the... Ah! Just out of range. That's okay, because we really need to be getting some of these Ivory Coast places locked down. So let's go for the Gold Coast. Let's go for the Cape Coast. It's a little bit safer. And then we'll grab the Gold Coast after. That's fine. And thankfully England and Brittany did not go for the colonial, for the centres of trade. Because we definitely want to grab those. It's really important that we do. And yes, we do have a free merchant, which we are going to send to the Ivory Coast. To start controlling the trade there. Repay the loan, by all means. When do you arrive? You've arrived! Okay, that's fine. Oof. That's destroyed my income. Because it didn't cost 8 ducats, it cost 10. That's okay. I have a cunning plan. We're going to recall you. And then we're going to go to Guadeloupe. And we're going to put a settler there. So that Guadeloupe can develop as quickly as possible. And hopefully not send us into debt. The other thing we can do is drop our maintenance a touch. Okay, it would be more than a touch. I really don't want to do that. Not while I have African colonies going. Oh, thank you. The nobility and the businessmen of the realm have decided to reward our good governance. Put that money in the treasury. Okay, we're sorted. It's fine. I can't get the Iberian wedding anymore. I'm rivals with Aragon. Yeah, Faceless, I know Cuba is important for the missions, but the missions are already booked because I can't get Barney. It's Portuguese. So my missions are broken. Besides missions, bleh. Except for Lubeck, which are good. Native uprising. Cowardly forces of the natives. Yep, fighting them. Lots of battles. Lots and lots of battles. This is why you maintain maintenance while you are colonizing. Speaking of maintaining stuff, we also can't seize land, even though we would be able to. New trade good. Antigua is producing sugar. That's good. That's nice in value. Well, we're getting Cuba already, very quickly. We already have. Which one are you talking about? Because found Havana just means that we need to get a workshop there. And that's the end of the Caribbean stuff. Spanish Main is Colombia. And Hispaniola is Barney, which requires Barney. Yeah, we've already done the Cuba one. We just need Havana to get a workshop. Which actually would be a good idea. I'll buy you a workshop. Although, that may have been a bit risky. We already have an admin guy. With peace in our country, the great musicians, artists and poets are rejoicing in the capabilities of entertaining their betters. This era of cultural enlightenment is definitely improving the mood in Castile. That's great. What was the special option? Just more prestige. My lord, Mulgin has gotten better at fighting. Good. Better at sieging stuff. What kind of tea do I drink? This is Earl Grey. Are there mods which are critical for balance to play with? No. This is actually one of the very few games that I don't generally play with mods. Like, I have no mods, and I almost never do. I really just like vanilla. It's great. Some people will insist on getting, like, map overhauls, which just make the borders nicer and changes the fonts and the textures. I'm quite happy with vanilla. I think they've actually just done a great job, just generally with it all. Hearts of Iron, this certainly isn't. Although, speaking of Hearts of Iron, and while we have a good audience here, I would say that I am doing a community multiplayer game of Hearts of Iron on Friday and Saturday. So that's going to be kicking off at 5 PM British Summer Time on both days until about 9 PM British Summer Time. So it's 4 hours on Friday, 4 hours on Saturday. And the intention is to do a co-op game. So there are going to be set factions, and then in those factions we're going to have multiple players playing each country. So for example, Germany will probably have 3 or 4 players, the UK will have probably 2, just because they have the Dominions, which will also have players. USSR will probably have like 4 players. Still need to work out exactly how this is all going to work, but it's based on the Hearts of Iron 4 game, which I did with Paradox 2 weeks ago, where it was myself, Feedback Gaming, Torior, and Prussian Prince, all in the United Kingdom, fighting against 4 developers who were in Germany. It was a really fun game. A much different kind of experience than you would usually get in games like that, where it's kind of a very solo thing. You might have allies, but you're not working together in one country, where you're all kind of specializing in one particular theater or one particular area. And it was really, really good fun, and I'm very keen to let the community experience this as well. So yeah, Friday and Saturday we're going to be hosting this if you want to join us. then you need to head over to our Discord, which you can find a link to here. Then once you're on the Discord, check out the announcements. There are details there, including the sign-up link, which you will need to follow and sign up to. I am only linking to the Discord because I need you to be on the Discord, because that is where we're organising everything. We had a couple of instances last year, or last time we posted a multiplayer, where I had people signing up that just didn't show up because they weren't on the Discord and they didn't get any information. So you've got to go to the Discord and sign up there, and then follow the link on the announcements to sign up. That time when we destroyed the devs. Yeah, we did kind of destroy them. Am I going to spectate or also playing? No, I'm playing. And then the 2 weeks after that, so on the Saturday and the Sunday, the week after that, and then the week after that as well, I will be doing a commentary on a Kaiserreich tournament hosted by Kaiserreich Weekly. So there's a lot of Hearts of Iron 4 multiplayer coming in the not too distant future. And then after those are done, so we're talking July now, July 25th, I think I was tentatively saying, I will be doing a multiplayer Europa Universalis IV community game, which is the one where I am commentating. That's the return of the Community Clash. That is going to be probably starting the 25th-ish of July. So far too early to do sign-ups, far too early for people to be claiming nations. Just keep it aware that we are doing a EU4 multiplayer. It is in the works. We are preparing for it. The Malian slave trade. The Munsa of Mali has contacted us and offered our traders in Cape Coast a monopoly on the slave trade in his lands, in return for trading directly with him rather than any of the local chiefs who have supplied us so far. He offers us a guarantee of steady and growing supply with his protection. So Cape Coast gained 2 base production, gained slave entrepot, which is local slave, local trade power, and slaves will now be produced there, or we say no. Yeah, sounds like a good deal, especially for the extra production and also the slave entrepot, which is just going to be boosting the trade power here even further, giving us even more power, which is definitely not dangerous. Lovely. Okay, so Guadeloupe is almost done. Just need a little bit more growth. And then we can focus on everything else. Loans being renewed. Where are we at? 7. That's fine. And another one. Hearts of Iron 4, I haven't got the latest expansion yet, still focusing on this game. CK3 is out soon, would love to play EU4 multiplayer. You do not need the expansions for multiplayer. You get all of the expansions which the host is using, and I will be hosting it. I have all of the expansions, so you can play with all the mechanics even if you don't have them yet. That's one of the things I really do like about about Paradox multiplayer games, is it's entirely dependent on the host for the expansions you play with. The Akan people request aid. It seems that the trading between our colonists in the Cape Coast and the Akan has led to an outbreak of diseases usually foreign to the Northern Africa. They come to us with grisly series of stories, bringing goods traded from our nation back to their tribe, only for it to infect their weak and elderly with a plethora of diseases their healers have never encountered before. All they ask is for a free shipment of medical supplies, and they will gladly begin integrating with our colony. So if we say no, then the natives lose a bunch of people. We also lose settlement growth. Or we give them everything they need and more, which does cost most of our treasury, but it will boost us, and it just seems like the right thing to do. So we're going to do that. We still have 6 months worth of treasury going, and I'm hoping that Guadeloupe finishes in about 2. We can now go in Diplotac, which is going to also save us some more money, because we now have the 20% extra trade efficiency, which means that we are now turning a positive income. Marvellous! That also increased our trade range, colonial range, so we could now reach the Cape, just normally. Mission fulfilled. We have founded Havana. So this will move Hispaniola's capital to Havana, and we get a permanent claim on Central America. Oh. So we didn't need Hispaniola for this. This just increases Barney and gives us Cortez. And then access to the Aztec conquest. Which we could get eventually with the huge amount of money. Alright, that's how I found Havana. Casa de Contratación.
The Casa Concentracion was established by Isabella of Castile in 1503 as a government agency to oversee all of the Spanish colonization. Voyages of exploration and trade had to be approved by it, and all colonial taxes were collected by it. The Casa was also instructed to try and protect secret information on the new trade routes and discoveries. So this increases settler chance, also increases global settler increase until the end of the game. Sweet. And Havana is now the new capital of Hispaniola. So next up would be the Mayan conquest, so we need to own all of the Central America region. We get a bunch of money for that. So this is definitely pushing us towards conquest of Mexico, which is definitely the path that I'm going to be following. We do need to get a new advisor, but there is no way that we have the money for it right now, so we just need to wait for Guadeloupe to finish. And I'm actually kind of tempted to push my luck a little bit, just so that we can definitely lock down the Cape, because it is kind of a critical province. Especially now that England has finished Sierra Leone. Courier's got a new golden bull, development cost and tolerance of heathens goes down. Strasbourg has announced Austria as a rival. Brittany's still developing. Mamelukes are spy networking. Taino wish to join us. Welcome to the faith. There we go. Guadeloupe is finished. Camagüey produces sugar. That's all good. Oh, Portugal's gone for Texas. Okay. Wait, Portugal's gone for Texas. That's Mexico. And they're about to get a colony there. I would need to push really hard to get the Treaty of Tortillas over Mexico. I've got to go for Mexico now. I've absolutely got to. Hey, Midgeman! Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Thank you very much for the raid. What were you guys just playing? How much does this game go into slavery abolition? Pretty heavily. Are slaves just another trade good mechanically? Not actually 100% sure how slaves work in this. Yeah, slaves are just a trade good. Because I know in, I think it was EU3, if you had slaves then it would increase the output of plantations and things abroad. I don't know if that still exists. But there is also abolition where you just remove slaves from your realm. You get 5 provinces in war though. True. But if I could stop them expanding here, that would be quite nice too. But yeah, Mexico we could definitely expand into through conquest. But this is all Mexico. We could establish a base of operations down here. Except it's jungle. It would take a long time to do. No, I think it definitely behooves us to be expanding elsewhere than take Mexico through conquest. Check this trading in slaves modifier. That's true. Close that. Trade. Goods. Strategic goods. And if we go down to slaves, global tariffs. So it's not goods produced. So if you're the production leader, which is currently Mali, or the trading bonus, then you would get the global tariffs. Which can certainly add up to a lot of money.